I'm sorry, guys. I'm late. I'm sorry. I am late. I am sorry. I am late. I am sorry. I am late. Because we were having the watch along of the Indian Super League, which game ended up to those 131st minutes. And it was the Mohan Bagan Super Giants who won that big. And we were having the watch along of that. And that is the reason why I have to start this stream late. My mistake, guys. My apologies, and I ended up watching this game. Bayern and Leverkusen, still not a single goal has been scored. And yes, those of you who are watching this, give your votes on the poll section on the chat, that who is going to get that big win, who is going to get that big win in the ISL. It is the Mohan Bagan Super Giants getting that big wins. We were watching that for 130th minutes on the watch, and that is the reason why we have started this stream bit late. My apologies, guys, my apologies on this, of starting this dark Klassiker late onto the watch, because we were watching that ISL final game between the Mohan Bagan Super Giants and the Bengaluru FC, and Mohan Bagan, the Sobuj and Maroon, got that big. But no denying the fact, let's put on this lineup over here. Bayern at the Alliance are making it big. And those of you who are watching this, do share this on your social media platform, as well as on the other cheeky picky ways where you are getting it. And it is the lineups. I didn't even had the look of the lineup. Look at that. Bayern has got Sane, Kane, Muller is there. Thomas Muller has been picked up on the lineups. My goodness. Thomas Muller, this time he gets that first move in the lineup for Vincent Company. Bambi is the man injured, not making those moves. Hope my audio and video quality is good. Hope my audio and video quality is good. Yes, the audio and the video quality is good, and we are having that. We are having that. The audio and the video quality is good, and we are having that. Hope the stream is looking good now. No denying the fact. Yes, this is the lineup. The chat section has been pinned for that vote. Sane is showing some creativity in the Bundesliga, talking about Vincent Company doing his job good. But with those major injuries and those defeats to Inter, as well as Borussia Dortmund has also got that humiliating defeat to Barcelona 4 down, both of the Bundesliga teams getting that defeat in the first leg. Bayern, Vincent Company still believes that we have got that comeback to be happening. We still have got. And again, that Goretzka, Kimmich on the mid page, Stanisic, Kim, Dyer, Lima, Ulbeek, same thing. Vincent Company hasn't got those big options, but it is the Der Klassiker which is happening over here. And in the previous leg, where Dortmund were at home, Bayern, we received that draw over there. But this game to be talking about, Bayern win this lineup. Look at the lineup of Dortmund over here. This is the Dortmund lineup. Look at that. It is some tactical change. Niko Kovac has brought in all of his defensive reinforcements, Sule, American, Anton, because picking up Ryerson, Sevensen on the right backs, left backs, Brandt, Oskan, and Gross as well. Gross is in the squad. That is some sort of big defensive approach. He has got Niko Kovac getting into this, whereas Gurasse and Maximilian Bayer are the men, but no signs of Giddens, no signs of Adeyemi in the starting lineup. Felix Mecha is also back from those injuries. Chukwuemeka not in the starting lineup. Ian Cordo, Ben Hasmi was in the starting lineup for Dortmund in the previous leg. But what is that going to be? What is that going to be in the Der Klassiker? Give your votes. Those of you who are watching this, give your votes on the chat section on the poll. How is this game going to unfold? The previous leg, it was a draw. Will we get that? And I started this stream bit late because I was having my dinner, and the previous watch along which we were having off, Mohun Bagan and Bengaluru FC, it went up to those 131 minutes. My goodness, all in all, total it went up to 131 minutes of playtime, and Mohun Bagan Super Giants winning the double, the ISL Cup as well as the league this time. We'll be making the compilation video of that, but for now it is Bayern Munich against the likes of Dortmund. Big matches, two big matches, and apart from that, the other matches which are also happening, it is the likes of Leverkusen who are still goalless against the likes of Union. Oh my God, Leverkusen has got that. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Leverkusen hasn't got a single goal against Union Berlin. What is that going to be? Look at this. Leverkusen got six. I mean, what is that? Yes, a total of 16 shots, 3 on target by Leverkusen, 75% possession, 3 shots on target by Xabi Alonso's Leverkusen, and they have drawn against Union Berlin, that too in the Bundesliga. Let me just refresh this. Am I just seeing the right thing, or it is that wrong? Oh my God, Leverkusen has got a draw. They have dropped 2 points. They have dropped 2 points. Leverkusen has got a draw, and in this big clash against the Dortmund, Bayern, if they are going to get a win, they will get more points ahead in the Bundesliga. That is what the mentality. Union Berlin has done that big job. But in the starting lineups for Leverkusen, it was Nathan Tella, Patrick Schick, and Florian Wirtz came into the substitutions. Florian Wirtz, back from the injuries, made his substitutions for Leverkusen, but Leverkusen hasn't got that win. It is a draw against Union Berlin. My God, big update in the Bundesliga. Bayern has a point to prove over here if they are going to make that big. Bayern has a point to prove over here if they are going to get that win, and the Bundesliga will be completely in their favor, and they will get that boost high up against Inter for the second leg, which is going to be coming. Whereas the likes of Inter Milan and Cagliari, that is also the game which is going on. Inter has got 2 goals against Cagliari in just half time. My goodness. My goodness, my goodness, Inter has got that win over Cagliari as well in the Serie A. That is the 2 games which we'll be watching. The aspect of Bayern, in these stats which we are talking, already 7 shots Bayern has taken on, 2 on target, most of the possession being there. But to be talking about Leverkusen in this game, it is Niko Kovac who hasn't gone for those big forwards in the starting lineup. He will be bringing in the likes of Adeyemi, bringing in the likes of Benzibieni, as well as the likes of, Jamie Gittens, Duranville. He will be making those substitutions. But Bayern has stuck to the same formation which were there up against Inter, but only repressing Guerrero on the mid pitch, and Thomas Muller is the man. This is the lineup which we are boasting. This is the lineup which Bayern is boasting in this. My goodness. Give your votes, guys. Those of you who are watching this, we came late into the stream because we were having that watch along. It is a Thomas Muller big opportunity, legend man making that pass inside the box. Leroy Sané couldn't get that touch. And has to get 1 or 2 goals in the first half, because in the second half, Niko Kovac will be making those substitutions of Jamie Gittens, Adeyemi, Duranville, and at that time, none of the substitutions which will be available for Company to be making, because most of his men are injured. But Kingsley Coman is back from the injuries, a big update and a boost for the second leg against the likes of Inter, as well as the likes of Palina is back in the squad. Pavlovic is also back in the squad after those big off moments from the squad. He was down to illness, but Pavlovic is back in the squad. Kingsley Coman is also back in the squad. So Vincent Company will have some sort of evaluation in those training sessions as well, and we will be getting those big moments. Let me share those cheeky-picky moments. Let me share those cheeky-picky links as well. And yes, those of you who are watching this, give your votes on that poll section which has been pinned on the chat. Give your votes, guys. Give your votes. Give your votes on that chat section which has been pinned on that poll, whether it is the Mia San Mia D ban which is going to happen, whether it is going to be Hejab BVV Dortmund, or this going to be a draw result. We started this stream late because it was that 130 minutes of watch along of that game. That stream ended for 3 hours, which was supposed to be ending 1 hour prior to that. But that game lasted for 130 minutes. Bit tiring game in the Indian Super League. Mohun Bagan Super Giants winning it big 2 times. That was a big game, big game. So that is why we have to start this stream bit late. I just took 5 minutes to 10 minutes to get my dinner and I'm back on the stream. Give your votes, guys. Give your votes. Those of you who are watching this, give your votes on that poll section. Who is going to get that big wins for today? Give your votes. Those of you who are watching this, give your votes on the poll section of the chat. Mia Sen Mia, or it is the likes of Heja BVV Dortmund, D Borussen, or it is going to be a draw. Because the other thing which we are looking forward over here is that it is the likes of Leverkusen who has got a draw against the likes of Union Berlin. My goodness, that is a big update for Vincent Kompany's men. Leverkusen now getting a draw. Bayern can get some sort of relaxation win to this. They can go for those good build-ups as well as those good aspects to be coming in. Florian Reeds was the man who is back from the injuries to Leverkusen, but then also Leverkusen couldn't get that win. But the stats of this game, look at that. It is those 16 shots, but only 3 on target. They were not clinical. Leverkusen were not clinical, but Union Berlin has played their big game. Union Berlin has played their big game. Look at that. It was something big which they have got into this. It is something big which they have got into this. But Inter, on the other hand, has also got the likes of Mehdi Taremi back into the squad after those injuries. The second leg, can Bayern get that? Can Bayern get that against Inter? That will be the fate decider for Bayern in the Champions League. But we will be moving on to the game where Bayern and Dortmund are playing into this. The stats are looking quite clear that Bayern are making those aggressive movements. Ball is with Sané on the edge of the box. Mid-pitch, Goretzka. Back to Sané. Muller. Stanisic. Stanisic was expecting Sané to make those moves, but he didn't. He didn't. Sané didn't make those moves. Sané didn't make those moves. Those of you who are watching this, give your votes, guys. Give your votes on that poll. Who is going to get that? Leroy Sané again speeding up high. He gets it into the box past Nicolas Sule. Sané and Sule are having a good acquaintance with each other. Back to Pavlovic. Image getting Eric Dyer. Oh my god. I mean, I just had a watch of 3.5 hours of that game of the ISL, and now I am back again for that stream. Only say to Lama. Lama gets that 33 minutes 11 seconds on the watch. Police again. Goretzka takes that shot from the edge of the box. No way near the footwork. No way near the footwork. Still to be talking about, Bayern so far in this has all in all got eight shots, only 2 on target, whereas Dortmund hasn't got a single shot on target. Dortmund hasn't got a single shot on target. Oh my god, why is that my camera has stopped working? Why is that my camera has stopped working suddenly? Let me just switch this off. Yes, this camera is now working. Oh my god, what just happened? What just happened? The camera suddenly stopped working. Oh my goodness. What was that happening? What was that happening? Hope the stream is looking good. Hope nothing is looking bad over here. And yes, those of you who are watching this, give your votes, guys. Give your votes on that poll section. But what was that? Why my camera just was off the screen? What just happened? I couldn't just figure it out, but it is not working. It is a header. It is coming on. Stanisic so close to the net. Will he get that? Oh my god, Stanisic getting that header. How dare you miss that header so close to the net, my boy? You could have just kept it inside the woodwork. My goodness, that was a big opportunity. 9 shots, only 2 on target. The clinical aspects are looking miserable. Clinical aspects are looking miserable for Bayern. Stanisic now defending it up against the likes of Lassen. Stevenson is the man from the left back. It is to Brandt. And getting Sule, Cross, Can, Anton. I mean, Dortmund has got that 4-0 against the likes of Barcelona, and it is Bayern who has got that 2-1 against Inter. Bayern still can hope Vincent Company, as he says, that they are not derailed by the performance and they are going for those comebacks, but it is at the San Siro. For Dortmund, the second leg, which they will get at home at the Signal Iduna Park, but the first leg it is 4-0, and that too against that lethal performance from Barcelona. Will that be good enough? But Dortmund are looking bit creative in those 36 minutes of the watch. It is a shot being taken. Stevenson, the man, Gross taking that shot, block, and a corner is going to come. This is the corner which is going to come. This is the first corner which Dortmund will be having in this game. It is the first corner which Dortmund will be having in this game. And yes, those of you who are watching this, give your votes, guys. Give your votes on the poll section, on that chat. Who is going to win this? Give your votes, guys. Give your votes. Mia and Mia Bayern. Give your votes on that poll on the chat, or it is going to be Heja BVB Dortmund. It is a cross being taken. Cross. What a nice cross. Nobody's for big. The ball is off the nets. A goal kick. A goal kick is going to come. Again, to talk about it is Stanisic. I mean, it is Stanisic who is playing after those big time injuries, making few appearances this season. But Lima again on the right back. You have to get those big rests. You have to get those big rests. But Leverkusen getting this draw against the likes of Union Berlin, will that be good enough? And can't afford to lose any points. Can't afford to lose any points out of here. Bayern can't afford to lose any points out of here. That will be a big one. They can't afford to lose those big points. Eric Dyer back passes that to Ubik. Kubik also has to show some big character in this transition phase where Bayern are getting some new one on the pitch. Kubik has to show those big characters. Game getting that tackle good enough. Oh my god, it is a big one. It is now Olise moving higher. Pass that to Sane. Olise, will he get that? He is inside the box. He takes that shot, but Kobil this time gets a block. Olise was lethal. He was taking his time. He moved good with the ball on the pitch. It could have been a big opportunity for Olise on the pitch. It could have been a big opportunity for Olise on the pitch. Olise with that corner. Look at that yellow ball. All of them are inside the box. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of the yellow players inside the box. Deflection. Sane gets that good. Back to Olise. Sane again. Image this time makes that cross. Kobel gets that deflection somehow. A shot to be taken. Kim passes that to Harry Kane. Thomas Muller. One of the yellow and black. It is Emre Can from Dortmund is down to the pitch with injuries. My goodness. It was a big goal scoring opportunity. It was Emre Can and Gregor Kobel who both collided with each other. Look at that. It was Emre Can and Gregor Kobel. Both of them got some sort of collision inside the box. Two of the men from the same team getting those collisions. But look at that. Harry Kane getting those sliding tackles and winning that to Olise. It was a big opportunity for Olise. There was Leroy Sané, there was Thomas Muller. Plenty of opportunities was there, but he couldn't get that clinical enough. He couldn't get that clinical enough. It was something big for Olise. Bayern has to get that clinical finishing scored because in the game against Inter, it was those big shots which were being taken, but not clinical enough to get it into the nets. That is why at the Allianz it was a 2-1 defeat to the Nerazzurris, Simone Inzaghi's men. The comeback is needed, my boys. Kimmich takes that cross to the far post. Kobel this time senses that ball good. What is that? Kobel going for those long balls. Brandt, Maximilian Bayer. Leroy Sané just getting that against Bayer. Bayer is down to the pitch. A foul. But why is that Sané is at times makes those aggressive moves? Nico Kovac from the sidelines is expecting some sort of cards to be coming in for Leroy Sané. My goodness. But to talk about the referee on the pitch, it is Tobias Wells, the man who is there. It is Tobias Wells, the man on the pitch for those referral decisions. Look at the stats. It is Bayern who are boasting of 11 shots, 3 on target, whereas Dortmund not a single shot on target so far. Gross takes that. It is high up. Nicolas Sule, my goodness, look at that. I was a big fan of Nicolas Sule when he was at Bayern. No denying the fact I was a big fan of that man, Nicolas Sule, when he was at Bayern. Sule has been compromised and now he is at Dortmund. Sule back to Can. Emre Can in the previous fixture where they faced Barcelona, he has trashed Barcelona with those decisions being made. Emre Can was furious for that game because the referee he was looking a bit biased at times. The game against Barcelona, the referee on the pitch he was looking a bit biased. But then also Dortmund played real bad, real bad. Dortmund played real bad. Again, a corner which is coming on. This is the second corner which Dortmund are having in this. Gross again. Right footer coming in, curl. Kim Min-jae this time gets that deflection. Brandt passing that to Gross again. Maximilian Bayer. Oh my god, again a free kick being given. That tackle from Goretzka, a free kick to Dortmund. 44 minutes are up, 1 minute left in this first half. Give your votes, guys. Give your votes. Those of you who are watching this stream, give your votes on that poll section in the chat which has been pinned. Give your votes on that poll section which has been pinned on the chat. It is Ryerson who is going to take that to the far post. Ubi gets that deflection good. A throw that is won by Lammer. Ubik now looking steady. Ubik now looking steady. Look at that. The punch which he got. Look at that punch which Ubik got. Let's go back to Min. Lammer. Header that is for Olise. Olise gets a turn. Kimmich passes that to Muller. Goretzka. Goretzka gets Stanisic, but Stanisic is seen struggling, boys. Stanisic is seen struggling. Kimmich gets that to the far wings. Olise collects that good. He is making that to the edge. Harry Kane has got that, but Harry Kane is not getting that first touch against Emre Can. My God. 2 minutes, 45 minutes are up. 2 minutes of added time for this first half. 2 minutes of added time for this first half. Stanisic throw being taken. Sane back to Min. Dyer. Kimmich again. DDT being looking. Olise. But look at that. The box-to-box movements of Goretzka. That is Thomas Muller getting that to Harry Kane. Being shot taken. My God. Harry Kane has to come back in those big form, my boy. Gregor Kobel is saving that from Harry Kane. Harry Kane took that shot. Even Nicolas Sule went in for those sliding tackles. Harry Kane got it. Not that wide for Gregor Kobel. It was a big opportunity. Harry Kane has to prove his worth. Harry Kane has to prove his worth. But a corner being coming in. Joshua Kimmich, get that curler, my boy. Get that header, get that curler. Kimmich takes that. It is again to the far post. Goretzka this time, but straight to Gregor Kobel. It is those deep laying positions where Bayern is not sticking to at times. The referee has blown the whistle. That is the end of the first half. Again, will this be the story with Bayern doing everything for all those positions, all those creativity which happened against Inter, but not getting those big goals? Will that be the story which will be happening? That is the thing which we will be pondering about, because against the game against Inter, where Bayern were looking that good and that efficient, making those big shots, making those big creative movements on the pitch, but not getting that lethal enough, still has some sort of expectations to be coming on into the next leg. But the big boost which Bayern has got today is this. It is the likes of Leverkusen who has got that draw against the likes of Union Berlin. To talking about in the Bundesliga table, look at that. It is Bayern who are at the top. Looking at the Bundesliga table, Bayern who are at top 69 points if this is a game going to be a draw against Dortmund. But Dortmund, on the other hand, have struggled to perform against Barcelona, getting those 4-0 defeats, are looking defensively not that profound, but Here, Leverkusen getting that draw against Union Berlin. Look at that. They haven't gained a point. Just it was 62. I mean, just a point they have gained. They were on 62, but 1.63. They haven't outclassed Union Berlin, and Union Berlin just showed their defensive skills good, whereas Leverkusen only got 3 shots on target out of those 16 shots being taken. That was something big. That was something big. This is the big boost which Bayern can take into this game. And winning this game, they can add those boosts against the likes of Inter for the second leg. That is what Bayern has to wait and perform. But Bayern still goalless against Dortmund. Again, look at that 13 shots taken, 5 on target, not a single goal. You have to be clinical. You have to be clinical. Looking into more detailed analysis of this game with this lineup of Bayern, I mean, Bayern with this lineup, it is that same lineup which they went against the likes of Inter, but only the change where Thomas Muller is the man, the legend, replacing the likes of Rafael Guerrero on the pitch. Rafael Guerrero is the man not being picked, but it is Thomas Muller who has been picked. And it is Niko Kovac's man. Look at that. It is the men in yellow and black, the D Borussen Heja BVV. It is Brandt, Can, Anton. Gross is the man which they have got in addition because Gross was absent against Barcelona for that suspension. Maximilian Baer has been added to the squad. Guirassy was there. Stevenson. So a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 changes Niko Kovac has got. Chukwuemeka not in the starting lineups. Benzibiani not in the starting lineups. Gittens, Adiemi. I mean 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 changes. Niko Kovac has got this into the squad for Dortmund, whereas Bayern only getting Rafael Guerrero and bringing in Thomas Muller. And now company is bringing in Thomas Muller, but in the rest of the season, he didn't pick Thomas Muller. And looking at that, look at this, look at this. It is what the performance of the team is looking in. Teresane bit decent, not getting those edges. Harry Kane, again, not getting those clinical shots from inside the box. Thomas Muller doing his decent job. Goretzka and Kimmich on the mid page, they are performing well. Kim, but Dyer has been struggling in form. Not much of the performance needed by Jonas Ubik so far, but he is that young man who is developing his character good on the pitch. But Lima is the factor on the right backs. It will be Lima, and left backs it will be Stanisic. They are playing those consecutive games now, and Lima to be talking about on the right backs. He has been playing those maximum games, and Bayern with so many injuries can't afford to get any more injuries. And to talk about the substitutions, look at that, the options which the bench of both the teams are boasting in it. It is the likes of Daniel Peretz for the goalkeeping. Will he be called? Not required. Rafael Guerrero, such a boy, the way he played against Inter, that was the tackle which happened. He went in so aggressive and giving those opportunities on the left wings. Inter took that so good. That is what experience matters in the Champions League. The reason why Bayern considered that second goal after that equalizer from legendary Thomas Muller coming onto the pitch, it was all left for Sacha Boy. But then also there was some sort of recovery which Eric Dyer could have got. Eric Dyer not getting those big moments is also that big loophole which Bayern has got. Pavlovic is the man who is back from injuries. Vidovic is there, but he hasn't made a single opportunity this season. Whereas Gabriel Vidovic has also scored a goal. Palina is there but not being utilized by company in those Bundesliga games as well. It is the likes of Kingsley Coman, Serge Gnabry and Kusia Sare. These are the 3 forwards. Coman is back from the injuries, but Serge Gnabry, Jeff, what are you doing, my boy? You have got those big experiences at Bayern. Not getting those performances. How is that going to happen? Whereas Niko Kovac with Alexander Meyer, Benzibiani, Jan Koto, Chukwuemeka, Felix Mecha is back into the squad. After those big injury moments, Rana is there, Gittens will be coming on for the super sub, Duranville is there, Karim Ademi is there. That is where this game will be unfolding from the Man in Yellow Black. And Niko Kovac will be bringing in the likes of Gittens, Duranville, Ademi in those attacks. After those 60, 65, 70 minutes, that will be Dortmund's way of coming for those big goals against the likes of Bayern. Bayern have to get those mentality ready. Will they be able to stop those forwards? And moving more into these stats, look at that. This is more into this. This is more into this. It is those moments where the shots has happened for Bayern. Look at that map on the pitch. It is Olise first getting that 4th minute shot, but it was a block. Brandt on the 7th minute, it was a miss from Brandt. Brandt is not that good enough these days. Lama on the 9th minute, it was so wide to that first post. How could he afford that? It was a miss. Thomas Muller again, this was something big could have got, but it was on the edge of the box. Thomas Muller hasn't had that playtime even this season. Now Vincent Company is bringing in Thomas Muller to the starting lineup. My goodness. It was 13 minutes again. Thomas Muller taking those so wide of the box, so far from the box shots to the nets. Sane again on the 19th minute. It was a big opportunity. It was a save. That was a poor shot from Sane. Harry Kane, look at that. 20th minute. It was a header, but not clinical enough. Olise 26 minutes, left footer, but miss. Goretzka 29th minutes, it was a block. 34 minutes, Goretzka again, wide off the box, miss. I mean, maximum misses. Stanisic 35 minutes, so close to the nets, header, but miss. Then again, it was Dortmund with Gross on 37th minute, Svensson, but this was Olise getting it against Gregor Kobel. Gregor Kobel has been performing good. If you talk about the missed opportunities which Bayern has, again liking to be seen doing it. Then Sule on the 43rd minute, Harry Kane on that 47th minute again. It was a big opportunity for Harry Kane to be getting this goal. Thomas Muller getting that back heel to Harry Kane. The clinical finishings is not happening. Harry Kane has been missing it against Inter Milan, no denying the fact. And in this game also he has got those two big opportunities. Look at that. It is goal expectancy, e.g. xG of 0.89 for Bayern, 13 shots, 5 on target. The red stats are for Bayern. Three big chances missed. How can you afford that? Big chances are being missed. Creativity is looking, they are getting inside the box, they are taking those shots, but they are missing away those chances like anything. They are missing away those chances like anything. How are the goals going to be counting if you are missing those big opportunities and not getting those goal conversions? 287 passes, 90% accuracy, 5 fouls committed, 4 corners being taken, but not clinical enough to get a goal inside the net of the yellow wall. And yes, those of you who are watching this, give your votes on the poll section in the chat which has been pinned. Mia said Mia Daiban, it is the first vote. Haja BVB Dortmund, it is second vote, or this game is going to be a draw. The big boost Bayern can have in this game in the second leg is that Leverkusen has drawn against Union Berlin. That is what the boost which they get apart from those injuries, those losses against Inter. By Leverkusen today for the Bundesliga Round 29 for their game against Union Berlin at the Bay Arena. They have got a draw. That is what the mentality they can take into the second half, but they have to be clinical enough. And look at that on the defensive aspects as well as from Ubi, not of those much performances needed because Dortmund hasn't got a big shot on goal. Total 4 shots being taken, not on target, a single one from Dortmund so far. Most of those things will be happening in the second half where Gittens, Duranville, Ademi will be coming into the attack. inside the box. Look at this. It is 10 shots from inside the box man has taken. One has hit the woodwork, but 10 shots inside the box. Out of those 13 shots which man has taken, 10 of those shots were from inside the box. You have to get it clinical, boy. Apart from that, all those stats are not that relevant enough to get any sort of boost. As well as Vincent Company can't afford to make those changes. Lammer is doing good. Eric Dyer not performing that well. Kim is doing a decent job. Stanisic is decent, but not getting those creativity. Struggling in form. Goretzka and Kimmich doing those box to box as well as those orchestrating movements. Leroy Sané, we need some goals from Leroy Sané. I mean, how can you expect Harry Kane to be performing it the whole season, doing it consistently? The last time this season, when Harry Kane was there, hope you guys remember, it was those moments where Harry Kane got those back pain and he was down with injuries. But this season, he got those injuries in the month of November or December, I suppose, if I am not wrong. Yes, I think it was November or December. But now he is back from those injuries, long time. But we need those clinical finishings to be happening. That is what we need to happen. We need to have that if we need to get that. So yes, that is all about this first half, and it will be the second half, which will be starting soon. I just need to drink water because it was the first stream of the day where it all went to 3 hours 30 minutes, and now it is again we are streaming this for what is the time? It is those 49 minutes now we are streaming. I mean, continuously we are streaming for 4.5 hours. Oh my god. It is those 49 minutes over here. And it was those 3 hours, 15 minutes which we were having in the past stream back to back. My goodness, I'm dried up of all my energy. I need to take a 1 minute break as this is the half which is going on over here. I will also take a short 1 minute break. Do stay tuned, guys. I will be just back in 1 minute. Oh my god, look at that. It is my seat which has just ended up so bad. Give me a 1 minute break. I will be just back. Second half has just begun. The second half has just begun. We are on here to the right time. The second half has just begun. We took a short 2 minutes of that break, and the second half has just begun. Oh my god, we are perfect on this time. Any changes being made? I don't think that there is any changes being made. I don't think that there is any changes being made in this squad. Is there any change which has been made? And yes, those of you who are watching, give your votes and that poll section for who is going to win that. Who is going to win that? I am all tired, man. I'm all tired. Need rest. Back to back two streams for 3.5 hours. Now it is moving on to that 1 hour. My goodness, I am all dried up. I'm all dried up. Running short of gas. Kim Min-jae passes that. Goretzka. Stanisic. Lima. Police. Police trying to get it into the nets. He gets a cross. Interception that comes. That is the interception which comes. The second half is on way and no substitutions being made, neither by Vincent Company nor from Niko Kovac. None of them has made any substitution. Inside the box it goes and Dortmund has scored. Maximilian Bayer has scored. My goodness. What a bad moment can we expect in this game? What a bad moment can we expect? More to be incoming. It is at the Allianz Arena again. It is at the Allianz Arena again. It was against the likes of Inter where we got that defeat, and now it is against the Dortmund at the Allianz Arena. Now we are down by 1 goal. My goodness, injuries are taking a big toll, and who is responsible for those? Making the same set of players play for 90 minutes this time. Look at that. Kim Min-jae wasn't even aware that Maximilian Bayer is there for those headers. He wasn't aware of that. Kim Min-jae wasn't even aware of that, and Maximilian Bayer takes that header straight in between the legs of Ubig. Oh, it is not the position which matters. It is not the build-up which matters. It is only the goals where you have to get to win matches. My goodness. Maximilian Bayer has scored their first goal. My God. Niko Kovac's men were 4 down against Barcelona. Barcelona were proving too lethal against them, and now they have got 1 goal high up against Dortmund. Against Bayern. Look at that. With so many of the stats, you are taking 14 shots on 14 shots, 5 on target, 10 shots inside the box, not getting goals. It is what the stats are revealing much. It is what the stats are revealing much. When you are having 10 shots, Kim Min-jae, whom he was man marking, he wasn't even aware that Maximilian Bayer is over there. This is what happens if you are playing the same set of players for those 90 minutes for most of the season. This is what happens. You end up getting those upset moments in the last phases of the league matches where you have 6 more games left. That is where in the Champions League I don't have any expectations to be talking about. No denying the fact I don't have any expectations in the Champions League. If they are going to make it, it's good, but hope the Bundesliga race is not down, because Leverkusen has got that draw against Union Berlin, and now Bayern are 1 down against Dortmund, and that too at the Allianz. This is what the worst which can happen. Still, this is the 6th game which is happening. After this, it is 5 games which are left for Bayern in the Bundesliga. Only 5 games left with so much of the injuries. Who is responsible for those injuries? The players, they have got those injuries, but who is responsible? It is the same set of players where you are taking the same approach every time and you are getting those injuries, and then also you are picking up again those players where they are coming back from injuries and making their move into that. This is going to be a big upset back to back at the Allianz. My goodness. My goodness. This is going to be a bad. This is going to be a bad one. Hope we don't get any more injuries. Hope we don't get any more injuries. That will be bad. That will be bad. Hope we don't get any more big injuries. That will be bad. That will be really bad. Look at that. Kim Min Jae, he wasn't even aware that Maximilian Bayer is going to take that header. Vincent Company is really taking this muscle memory of Bayern and tearing it apart time and again. The whole of the Bayern team is looking with so much of injuries. Look at that face of Kim Min Jae again. He is again looking tensed. He is again looking nervous. Perform good against the likes of Inter, but now he has considered what will be his aspect to be watching. Oh my god. That was a free kick so close to the box. Ubik taking that goal kick so hurriedly, passes that to Stanisic. Back to Kim. Kim has got that clearance. That is what you have to do. Get the clearance, boys. Get the clearance. Will this be the second defeat coming at Allianz? That will be a big shame. That will be a big shame. Now look at that. It is Rafael Guerrero now coming onto the pitch. It is Rafael Guerrero now coming onto the pitch. My goodness. Kim Min Jae is being sacrificed. Vincent Company to be talking about, he is not developing those characters good enough at Bayern, because in the previous game as well he saw, he substituted Kim Min Jae because he was on a yellow card, and now he has conceded again getting those substitutions. It is now Eric Dyer and Stanisic who will be safeguarding the wall. Look at that. It is Stanisic. It is Eric Dyer. What sort of suspicion is that? Company is now wanting the whole of the band to come up into the attacks. He wants that to be more lethal. Harry Kane, Lima, Muller, Olise making that move inside the box. Cross. Creativity is only happening from Olise. Look at that. Only from the right wings, the creativity is happening. But nothing is seen happening from Leroy Sané. In the second half, nothing has been seen coming in from Leroy Sané. Ubik now passes that to Dyer. Dyer gets it to Thomas Muller. Lima has missed it. Brand getting that, but Lima makes that tackle good. Passes to Goretzka. Make that pass to Sané, man. How and why and so long you're taking it. Oh my god, inside the net it goes, inside the net it goes. The ball is inside the nets. Oh my god, the ball was inside the nets. Look at that. I think Dortmund has conceded. Bayern has scored. The ball was inside the nets. What is that which has happened? The ball was, I think, inside the nets. I think the ball was inside the nets. It is Muller again getting that to Goretzka. Goretzka passes that bit high for Thomas Muller on the pitch. His movement coming in. Guerase denied by Goretzka. Denied by Goretzka. Goretzka is looking frustrated for what is happening on the mid pitch. Now Sane has got the ball, 56 minutes on the watch. Let me take a look. How long will he keep that ball? He passes that back to Goretzka. Kimmich. Lima. Look at that. It is now the mid pitch looking with Lima, Kimmich, Goretzka, Guerrero. Four of them are staying. Two on the centre backs, Goretzka and Dyer. Guerrero getting that to Stanisic, Muller. But I want to have a look of that where the ball went into American is protesting to the referee on the pitch for that tackle from Eric Dyer against Guirassy. And look at that, the shot went, oh my god, that shot, Kobel. I thought Dortmund has considered, but the ball just couldn't get into the lines. It touches the top bar and it gets a drop outside the line. Nicolas Sule, my man, he is at Dortmund. American passing this now wide, high enough. Brandt chasing that. He takes that into the mid pitch. Bayer again. Stanisic saves that. Stanisic saves that. Bayern are now playing those all-out defense movement. Again, across coming in. Brandt getting that. Eric Dyer gets that block. It is that hard work which Bayern has to do. Hard work Bayern has to do to get those equalizers, and after that, if they are going to get those win or not, that will be a big question. But it is the question which is coming on with the mind whether they are going to get those equalizers. Sule try and get it against Sane. Sane has won it. Thomas Muller being chased by Sule. Sule gets that sliding tackle. Oh my god. Leroy Sané being tackled inside the box, but the referee is asking for the game to continue. The referee on the pitch, Tobias Wells, will his decisions be that enough? Tobias Wells previously talking about his controversy. He has sent off Upamecano on a red card against the game Borussia Mönchengladbach. That is the big controversy. It is Tobias Wells and his team. Harry Kane takes a shot out of the post, out of the post. Tobias Wells, the referee on the pitch, will he add more worries? Leroy Sané looking at that tackle, he was made inside the box. It could have been a penalty opportunity. What is happening wrong with Harry Kane? He is not even taking those rising shots. All of his shots are taking those baby curls, baby dips, not even near to the nets to be happening. Eric Dyer interception. Back to Dyer. Kubik. Kubik gets that clearance good. Emery Can header interception. Collect that ball, boy. Receive it. Yes. Goretzka this time gets it good. Goretzka, Stanisic, Dyer are staying on those defensive aspects. Kimmich now getting that to Lama. Olise. Creativity is only seen happening from Olise. Leroy Sané is just making that odd one, and still 60 minutes into that. Oh my god, the referee on the page, Tobias Wells, that foul to Olise, he gives that in favor of the D Borussia. Gross made that tackle to Olise. Oof, that is something much worry to be incoming. 15 shots, 5 on target, not a goal. Whereas Dortmund 8, 1 on target, and that is a goal. Will these stats be good enough? It is again a cross inside the box. This time Goretzka gets that clearance good. Look at that. Goretzka is showing that mentality. Goretzka is really showing that mentality. Goretzka is really showing that mentality on the pitch. But from Leroy Sané, I'm not seeing any mentality to be coming on. From Leroy Sané, I'm not seeing any mentality to be coming on to the pitch. And same is now looking from the aspects of Harry Kane. It is a cross being taken. Corner. Header that is. Kimmich gets that good. Harry Kane get that clearance. Yes, now Thomas Muller is getting that clearance. Sane getting it wide to Olise. Olise takes that fast. The referee asks for that free kick to be taken again. Pavlovic now coming on. Gnabry as well coming on. Goretzka now being replaced. My goodness. Finally, Leroy Sané is the man being substituted. My goodness. And we are on the news that Leroy Sané has been sticking to the team. Leroy Sané is now sticking to the team up to 2027-29. Contract extensions to Leroy Sané for what? Leroy Sané is getting those contract extensions, but for what? What is that which is coming in? Now Serge Gnabry make his moves, passes that to Olise inside the box. But in this game, to be talking about, Dortmund is not even playing those low defensive blocks. Look at that. It is there 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 men. Now they are sticking with their defense. Thomas Muller on the wings passes that to the mid pitch outside the box. Lima collects that. Pavlovic, first touch of the ball after his substitution, gets that to Olise. Olise trying to take a shot, but it is looking predictable, my boy. It is looking predictable on the pitch. Long pass to Maximilian Bayer. Ubi getting that tackle good. It is just one centre back. Eric Dyer is staying. Eric Dyer, Kimmich, Stanisic again. It is those all-out defense moment. Bayern is now playing those all-out defense moment. Substitution. Leroy Sané moving out. Gnabry coming in. Gnabry is inside the box. Thomas Muller getting that. Oh my God! Rafael Guerrero has got that goal inside the net. That is what we want, boys. That is what we want to be happening. Make that mentality good into it. Oh my goodness. Thank God the equalizer has come. Thank God the equalizer has come. Good play, my boy. Good play. Make more lethal and make more attack. But look at this creativity from Gnabry. He took his time. He took his move. I need that character from Gnabry and Sané, man. It is long time we have been seeing you two guys performing. But Gnabry took his move. He got past three Dortmund players. Look at that pass, which Thomas Muller, the legend, made that. He did that pass to Guerrero, and he did that so clinical. Again, Thomas Muller. I mean, in the previous fixture, he got a goal, and now he has got that assist. But Rafael Guerrero is the man who has scored. Rafael Guerrero is the man he has scored. Make that mentality big, boys. Make that mentality big. Win this. Leverkusen, on the other hand, has got a draw against Berlin, and it is now a draw at Allianz against, the Der Klassiker, but we want that win to be incoming. We want that win to be incoming. Stanisic again goes for Pavlovic. Guerrero, Harry Kane, inside the box, he gets in, crosses, blocked by Sule, but a corner. That is what, come back the mentality, man. Yes, that kid is showing that Bayern 125 years of muscle memory coming into the pitch. That is what we want to be happening. Josh Kimmich again with that corner to be taken. Take that, Lethal. Take that cross, Lethal. My boy Kimmich, take that cross, Lethal, and make it happen. But this referee is doing shit. This referee is going shit on the pitch for today. Kimmich with that cross, a short one to Gnabry, again to Kimmich on the edge of the box. Cross from Kimmich, but was bit low, my boy. Was bit low. Kimmich again goes that for Gnabry. Gnabry back heel to Thomas Muller. It was getting close. All the work is now getting creative inside the box. The flags were raised. It was offside for Gnabry. In the previous season in the Champions League, Gnabry has got ample opportunities against the likes of Los Blancos, but Gnabry wasn't that clinical. But now I hope Gnabry comes back to his lethal form. I hope Gnabry comes back to his lethal form. I want that to be happening from you, my boy Chef. Make that big. We won't want a draw. We want that win at the Allianz. Stanisic getting that to Pavlovic. Back to Stanisic. Now it is Gnabry again. Gnabry is cutting in. He is inside the nets. Gnabry has netted it. My boy Chef Gnabry. Look at his celebration. Chef Gnabry has made it. He is cooking. Chef Gnabry is cooking. And I'm seeing Gnabry in one of those lethal forms. I am seeing Serge Gnabry in one of those lethal forms. My goodness. Back to back 2 goals. The first one coming on the 63rd minute, and in just 5 minutes after that, 68 minutes, 20 seconds on the watch, Chef Gnabry has made that into the nets. Look at that. He got past into that yellow wall of Sule, Emre Can, Anton, Gregor Kobel, 4 players from the man in yellow and block. Chef Gnabry getting that into the nets, gliding it into those ground and one to the far post. Oh my God, Chef Gnabry has made that. Chef is cooking, my boy. Chef is cooking. Come on, my big boy. Come on. Goretzka is celebrating. The whole of the Alliance is celebrating. We want that Mias and Mia to be happening. We want that Mias and Mia to be happening. Now Dortmund under pressure. But Niko Kovac, still it is 69 minutes, 50 seconds. 70 minutes on the watch. Now he is making those substitutions. Duranville, Gittens are coming on to the page. Brandt being substituted. Oh my God, Felix Mecha is also coming on. Chukwuemeka is also coming on. That is what we were expecting from the lineup which Niko Kovac got. We were expecting that. We were expecting that. We were really expecting that to be coming in from Niko Kovac. Julian Brandt is out. Felix Mecha is the man who is in. Felix Mecha is the man who is in. Defensive reinforcements from Niko Kovac. But the other substitutions, it is Chukwuemeka who is also in. Oscan is out. Oscan is out, and it is the likes of Chukwuemeka is in, and Brandt is out. Felix Mecha is in. Niko Kovac has got the substitutions. Long ball for Gurase. Guerrero getting that good. Look at that. Jonas Ubig, my man, my big boy. This is what the creativity is needed, because in the first half we got 15 shots. 13 shots, my mistake, 5 on target. But in the second half, look at that. It is just 3 more shots, 18, and 2 more on target. But I am seeing a different version of Gnabry. For the past 1.5 years, I haven't seen this version of Gnabry. I haven't seen this version of Gnabry for the past 1.5 years. If Gnabry is going to get back to his form, it will be a big one. It will be a big one. We want this to happen. Make it 3-1. Make it 4-1. We want it big. Mias and Mia. Pekmas, my boys. Pekmas. Lise being tackled bad, and the referee, to talk about this referee, his decisions, I am really questioning it. Tobias Wells, previously he has also given those red cards to Upamecano against Borussia Mönchengladbach, if you guys remember that game. Guerrero again, Thomas Muller, Muller gets that good. Harry Kane, why you are taking so much time moving it? If you are taking that time, pass it, my boy, pass it. Only 2 substitutions. Harry Kane this time onto the nets. He gets that good. Kobel into the target, but straight for Kobel. Now Harry Kane is getting those airy shots. Vincent Company. Look at Vincent Company. He has got that second goal, but is that good enough? We want that third and fourth goal. Bring in the attacks, boy. Bring in the attacks. Make that attack and let the yellow wall crumble, because the first leg in the Bundesliga, where Dortmund were at home at the Signal Iduna Park, it was a draw. The points were shared. But in the second leg, we want those 3 points as well as those big 3 goals. Chukwuemeka now moving high up. Spence to the post. It is for Gurase, header that one. Stanisic blocks that good. Stanisic blocks that good. It is what I am saying. It is what I am saying. Kim Min-jae, Upamecano, they were having so much of injuries. So much of playtime, 90 minutes every game, every match they are playing for 90 minutes. That was taking a big toll. But we want this big to be happening. We want 74 minutes, 7 seconds on the watch. A corner being taken again. A corner in favor of Dortmund again. That is again a corner incoming. A low footed curler. Gurase, don't make him take that shot. Oh my God. Why was Gurase being allowed? It is that second goal. Anton has got it. Was it Anton or was it Sule? I was just expecting that. Gurase was given that plenty of time to take that shot. And why he was given that ample time? It is the equalizer again. 2-2 is the score line. The fight is getting huge. Look at that. It was Eric Dyer. It was Thomas Muller. Harry Kane. None of them went for those clearances. They were all watching for that ball. None of them went for those clearances. Ubig was also. It is the equalizer which has come again from Dortmund. It is the equalizer again, which has come in for Dortmund. That is the equalizer. Dortmund has got that equalizer. Make it big, boys. Get 2 more goals. Bring in more attack into the pitch. Bring in more attack into the pitch. Gnabry gets that. Passes to Kimmich. Guerrero. Pavlovic. Pavlovic in the mid pitch. He is showing a decent character. Getting back into the team after those illness. He is showing that good character. Now it is Serge Gnabry. Crosses that. Finds Olise. Olise is inside the box. He gets a curl. Conrad Lama, block shot. Lama, Guerrero, my goodness. Guerrero got that huge flighted shot. Dyer with that interception. Kimmich again. Olise, this time Harry Kane, take that shot into the nets. My boy, Harry Kane, take that shot. Oh my God, Thomas Muller this time gets it so far to the far post for Harry Kane. Now again Harry Kane. What is wrong with you, Mr. Kane? Can someone please tell me what is wrong with Harry Kane? Harry Kane transformed that goal, passing to Thomas Muller on the far post. And Thomas Muller also did that so good. We are now making the cooking, boys. We are now making the cooking. We are cooking, and I am expecting more to be happening. I'm expecting more to be happening. Sule back to Kobel. Kobel gets a clearance. Retire, Kimmich, Lama. Lise has got a good run. He has passed that to Thomas Muller. Yes, pass. Thomas, my man, my legend, what are you doing? That could have been a clinical pass to Serge Gnabry, my man, big man, Thomas Muller, my legend. This is that the unlimited new jersey, new version of that jersey which Bayern are having in this game. Well, flighted one. Guerrero getting that block. Gnabry, Kimmich, Olise to Gnabry. Gnabry, Kimmich takes that shot. Oh my God, this is a block by Thomas Muller. What was that? Things are looking cooking. Chef Gnabry is looking cooking, my boy. Chef Gnabry is looking cooking in this game. He is looking cooking. I want one more goal to be incoming from Gnabry. I want that one more goal to be incoming from Chef Serge Gnabry. Chef, my boy, keep on cooking and make those big things happening. Make those big things happening. Olise back to Kimmich. Get that third goal, my boy. 79 minutes onto the watch. Pavlovic, Kimmich, lofted one. Thomas Muller getting it to Harry Kane. Harry Kane deflection. Thomas Muller takes that shot. Kobel this time gets it good. Creativity is looking happening. Creativity is looking happening. Oh my God, Niko Kovac is now bringing in Adeyemi into the attacks. It is a block from Kimmich to Kobel. Will he get that? Now Dortmund are looking opening up. Now Dortmund are looking opening up. Maximilian Bayer now being called for that substitution. He has got that first goal of this game. Maximilian Bayer, though, hasn't been that performing good enough for Nagelsmann for the team in shaft. But this game, he has got that first goal. He is that new developing character in the German football. Maximilian Bayer is developing it good. And also, Thomas Muller has been replaced. Maximilian Bayer is out. Karim Edemi is the man coming in. Niko Kovac getting that. It is Ben Sibieni, also the man coming onto the pitch. And for Bayern, it is the likes of Kingsley Coman coming in, and legend Thomas Muller is now off the pitch. Legend Thomas Muller is now off the pitch. Thomas Muller is off, Kingsley Coman is in, but Niko Kovac has also got the substitution, bringing in Ben Sebaini and moving Nicolas Sule out. Stanisic getting that. Left one to Guerrero. It is both Kingsley Coman and Gnabry staying on the left part of the pitch. Look at that man, Nuri Sahin, who is on the sidelines watching this game for Borussia Dortmund. He is watching this game. He is watching this game. Look at that man. Even Edin Terzic is also there. Look at that. Edin Terzic is the man who is also there watching this game. Can we make that, boy? Can we make that? We need to make this big. We need to make this big. This to Elise, Dyer passes that. And looking at the stats, now it is all turning up for Bayern. 25 all in all shots, 11 on target, close to 62% of the possession, 500 passes. My goodness. Things are cooking for Bayern in the second half after those substitutions. But still, the scoreline is 2 each. Will Vincent Company bring in more substitutions? Kingsley Coman is also on the attacks. Gnabry is also on the attack. Olise is staying. Harry Kane is staying. 4 of them. Kimmich is staying. Stanisic, Pavlovic, Dyer, Guerrero, Lama. What all more do you want for that third goal? Guerrero back to Dyer. Clear that ball, my boy. Clear that ball. Don't pass it back. Ubi, please clear that ball out, my boy. So Kimmich getting that to Pavlovic. Pavlovic is now being outnumbered. My goodness, I'm saying that time and again. Get that clearance, my boy. Get that clearance. It is that thing which is happening on the lower defensive aspect. It is those passes. I don't know what Vincent Company is making that. What is the need of those passes? Get that clearance from the center back. Obel again. Getting that high up at Amy. Tennessee, what a poor clearance that is. Gurase won't collect that straight for Ubik. Dyer to Pavlovic again. Yes, Dyer is not doing that job. Taking the possession of the ball, passing that to Stanisic. Stanisic getting Lama now. Elise, make that pass in the midfield. Yes, it is now Pavlovic. Mikeka is having that speed and he is getting the best of Pavlovic. Now it is Gorase. He takes that shot. A deflection. Ubik jumps hit, but was out of the woodwork. Out of that frame. Was that a deflection, or is that a corner, or is that a goal kick? Oh my god, it is a corner for the Borussia Dortmund. Make those counters, boys. Make those men ready for those counters. Get that deflection and make those counters. Post it goes. Urbi gets that good parrying moment. Urbi gets that good parrying moment. Ademi is carrying it up. Kingsley Coman chasing it. Gnabry, Olise are high up. Yes. Yes. And we're looking for those counters. Now it is Chukwuemeka. Flags are raised. The flags are raised. It is offside. Short free kick being taken by Stanisic. Eric Dyer. Pavlovic on the left back gets Coman. Guerrero. Kimmich. Dyer. Pavlovic. Back to Kimmich, which is making that cross to the far wings. Olise. He gets that good. Harry Kane, will he keep that? 87 minutes are up, my guys. 87 minutes are up. It was that second goal, man. Guirassy took that ample time for that second goal to be happening, making that shot. Ubi even got that deflection, but Anton was in a free space. You have to clear the ball when you are getting that inside the defense. Harry Kane now getting that interception, getting image. Coman up against Anton. Will he win that? Coman is there. He is moving on. He has passed that to Harry Kane. So slow, Harry Kane, my boy. You are so slow. You are slow. You are playing that slow as a tortoise. You are making that slow run. It is again to Coman. Coman has got that inside the box. Oh my god, flags are raised. The flags are high. Yes, Coman made that run so early to that. It is both Coman and Gnabry are staying on the same side of the pitch. Both are so fast. Gnabry is playing mostly on the mid pitch. 88 minutes 47 seconds. Leverkusen has got a draw. If we get a win, the Bundesliga will be all ours. Gnabry gets a shot. My goodness, Gnabry, my boy, take those opportunities. Counting, my boy. Went for that shot so far from the box. He was expecting Kobel to be high up on the pitch. It is high up. Oh my goodness. It is something coming in. It was a big opportunity missed. It was a big opportunity missed by Pascal Gross. No way. That is a threat for Ubik. Oh my god, look at that referee on the pitch. He touched that ball on those made passes. It was Tobias Wells, the man who touched that ball, and now he is taking so much time to settle for that. Tobias Wells, the referee on the pitch, look at that. He is giving that ample time for Dortmund. 90 minutes are up. 90 minutes are up. This referee, Tobias Wells, has wasted those 35 to 40 minutes. 35 to 40 minutes being 35 to 40 seconds, my mistake, being wasted by Tobias Wells on the pitch. It was a big counter opportunity, but the ball has been just kept it for so long on hold by the referee on the pitch, Tobias Wells. 4 minutes off only at a time. Kimmich getting it wide enough. Kingsley Coman getting that. Passes to Harry Kane. Kane gets Lama. Pass that ball. Yes. Coman. Pass that ball. Pass that ball. Don't keep in your position. Pass that. Olise now. He gets into the mid pitch. Pavlovic. Kimmich. Make that shot. Kimmich. Kimmich gets it into the nets. Oh my god. It was a deflection. Corner to be incoming. Corner to be incoming. Oh my god, that shot from Kimmich after getting those deflections was a hairline off from that first post. That was hairline off from the first post. Make those attacks count, boy. Make those attacks come. Make that Kimmich cross. Make that demon shaft cross. Make it big, my boy. Make it big. You are the captain of the team, Joshua Kimmich, our new Demon Shaft captain, as well as the Bayern captain coming on very soon. Make that cross, my boy. Make that goal. Kimmich raises his hand, shows that signal. Coman chasing high up. Takes that cross. Good. Kobel getting that deflection. Holy Christ. Kobel is doing that panning moment. Good. Kimmich getting that to Gnabry. Guerrero. Deflection, that is. It is only Lama who is staying on those defensive aspects. Olise getting that to Guerrero. Back to Lama. Olise again. It is all out defense. It is all out defense now for Bayern. All out defense. Olise getting that position. Gets that. Stanisic across inside the box. The same center way you are making it. Make that pass from the crosses, wings. Guerrero into the edge. Olise, my goodness, Olise, Mikel Olise. You were there in search of that ample time. It was a shot to be taken clinically. Olise, my boy, Olise, my boy, what have you done? Olise, my boy, Olise, my boy. It is what happens when you are playing those 90 minutes. You are playing all the games from the starting to those 90 minutes plus stoppage time. That is a foul. Anton has got that. A foul to Serge Gnabry, Kingsley Coman. That is a foul from Anton. But this referee, Tobias, this man, he is giving all those ugliest decisions. Mr. Wells, Tobias Wells, he is getting those ugly and bad decisions. No denying the fact this man, Tobias Wells, has been getting those ugly decisions. 93 minutes, 94 minutes are up. 4 minutes of stoppage time is up. 4 minutes of stoppage time is up. What? The referee is asking for the ball? Oh my god, the referee Tobias Wells claims the ball from that throw, and it is a draw. 2-2 against Dortmund. My goodness. My goodness. Bayern can only take that advantage from this game that they haven't lost at home. It is a draw after that humiliating defeat to Inter, and Leverkusen getting a draw to Union Berlin. That is the safeguard in the Bundesliga table, which Bayern can get that. Apart from that, I won't say that it is that big good game Bayern has got. Leverkusen getting that draw to Union Berlin, and it is Bayern getting that draw in the Der Klassiker against Dortmund. Look at that again, 28 shots, 11 on target. How is that going to be when you are not getting that ball inside the nets? Man, this was something big. This was something big. Bayern could have got that good. 28 shots, 11 on target. Look at these stats. Your whole team is contributing to that. This is the draw. Anyways, it is a comeback, you can call it, because it was Dortmund who scored their first goal, Bayern then scoring two goals in 63rd minute and 68 minutes with the likes of Rafael Guerrero and Jeff Gnabry cooking it was the best aspect. But again, Dortmund getting those equalizers. It was the first leg where Bayern got that equalizer. I mean, that points being shared against Dortmund at the Signal Iduna Park, and this is the second leg at the Allianz. Bayern has got that draw, but the next game Bayern will face the likes of Inter, and there they are back by one goal. It is that San Siro away leg which is going to happen in the Bundesliga table with this draw. Look at this. It is those 69 points, Bayern boasting it, 83 goals this season. 29 is what they have considered. 29 goals conceding, that is a big one. That is a big one. Bayern conceding 29 goals in the Bundesliga season, it is a big one. But scoring 83 is also that big one. Still, 5 games left in the Bundesliga to end this season. Can Bayern make it to 100 goals this season? That will also be one feat which Bayern will be having to get. But 21 wins out of those 29 games, 6 draws and 2 losses. That is a draw at the Alliance. What more you can expect to be happening? That is a draw at the Alliance, and what more that you can expect to be happening against Inter. But team is looking cropping up, but it is those finishings which is the need of the hour. It is those clinical finishings which is the need of the hour. On the other hand, Inter and Cagliari, Inter has won that 3-1 in the Serie A against Cagliari. Leverkusen, that was a draw. And it was the game which we were watching, Mohun Bagan Super Giants against Bengaluru, the ISL Indian Super League final, where Mohun Bagan has clinched the league as well as the ISL Cup. Double for Mohun Bagan. But this result, Bayern getting a draw against Dortmund, they could have made it. I mean, this is the Der Klassiker. Both of the teams were giving their best, but they could have got that win. Bayern could have got that win. And Arsenal, on the other hand, against Brentford, what is that which is cooking? It is full time. Arsenal has got a draw against Brentford. My goodness. 14 shots, 3 on target. Arsenal are not looking for the race of the Premier League, but they are looking for the race of the Champions League, because Arsenal will next face Real Madrid for the second leg at the Santiago Bernabeu, and they are 3 goals up on an aggregate against Los Blancos. My goodness, my goodness. This was the game I was expecting, because Dortmund had those negative aspects of 4-0 against Barcelona, but then also Bayern at home of Alliance couldn't get those stats capitalizing good. Look at that. I will now just show the stats. Look at that. Let me put this on the second half. It was just in 46 minutes. Thomas Muller getting that shot. It was a block. I mean, look at that. 28 shots, Massive, massive. 28 shots, 11 on target, 6 big chances. How can you afford that? Out of 6 big chances, you have missed 5. If this is the way we are playing, if this is the way we are playing the rest 5 of the matches, I think the Bundesliga race will also be off. The Bundesliga race will also be off if we are going to miss those big chances. Look at that. There was 6 big chances, and out of that, 5 big chances missed. That is something we could have done big into this. That is something big we could have done into this. But we couldn't make that happen. We couldn't make that happen. And look at these stats, which is more annoying to watch. Look at this. It is inside the box, 19 shots. Look at that. 19 shots were taken inside the box and 9 shots outside the box. Inside the box were taken 19 shots. Out of those 6 big chances, how are these stats going to be coming in? We have got those injuries, we have got those big worries, but those injuries are not going to be counting because we have got those men who can get those goals. Yes, definitely Bambi, Upamecano are the men who are mostly injured, as well as the likes of Fonsi, Alfonso Davis. This is a huge upset. This is something which is bad, and this is a huge upset. This is a huge upset because if this game would have been at the Signal Iduna Park, I would have just taken it for granted that we have got a draw. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay. But this was at the Allianz Arena. The previous one, it was against Inter at the Allianz. We got those defeats against Inter also. We had those big stats, big chances, goal scoring opportunities, not getting those conversions. And Harry Kane is the man. He was getting those opportunities, couldn't connect that. But it is Thomas Muller who was getting that goal against Inter. And in this, Thomas Muller was the man who made that assist to Rafael Guerrero. Serge Gnabry coming back in form is that the hope which we can take it against the game. I mean, against Inter. I don't know what is that going to be. I don't have expectations in the Champions League. But yes, what we want much to be doing is that we want to be keeping the Bundesliga table with our. And in that, if we talk about, look at this, the Bundesliga table over here, it is so far looking good because today Leverkusen has got that draw against Union Berlin. Still 6 points is the difference Bayern are making it because Bayern has also got that draw, getting 1 point out of that. Leverkusen getting a draw, also getting that 1 point out of it. 29 matches, Bayern winning 21, Leverkusen winning 18. 3 more wins Bayern has got. So it should have been a 3 into 3, that is 9 points difference against Leverkusen. But Leverkusen has got 3 more draws. My goodness. That is what in the 6 points difference. Leverkusen has scored 63, considered 34, but Bayern considering 83, but considering 29. It was the half of the season where we started with, I mean, up to the month of December, where we had considered only 14, 14 goals, I guess. Half of the season up to the month of December, if you take into consideration, we considered 14 or 16 goals maybe. But now, still 5 matches in hand, we have considered in the next half of the season already 14 to 15 goals we have considered. Still 5 matches left. We have got those considering moments already. Frankfurt is way down, Leipzig is way down. I don't know how is that going to be. How is that going to be? Yes, I will just end the stream with that because back to back we were having those big watch along of the matches, and mostly we talking about those big matches. We had the ISL Cup final watch on Bagan winning that, well that into it. Bayern getting that draw, Leverkusen getting that draw, Inter getting that win over Cagliari, Arsenal getting that draw against Brentford. What was that? What was that? Brentford are at the 11th spot, but Arsenal couldn't get that good against Brentford. They have got that draw. Champions League. Next, we will be having the watch along, and tomorrow we will be having the watch along of. To be talking about it is the likes of Barcelona and Leganes, which is going to be, but we will be not having that watch. Watch along. I will be watching that on my, console, but I'll be not having that watch along because I'm too tired. The previous stream, it ended 3.5 hours, and this stream now going up to those 2 hours, already 5.5 hours of back to back stream. I'm all down with energy. I will watch this game of Barcelona and Leganes, Hansi Flick and his company by just laying on my couch. After that, tomorrow it will be Real Madrid and Deportivo Alves. That will be the game. Newcastle and Manchester United. If we will be having that energy left in me, I will definitely want. But Real Madrid and Deportivo Alves will be having that. Especially, and after Real Madrid and Deportivo Alves, we will be moving on for the watch along. The first night of Aston Villa and PSG, Dortmund and Barcelona, and the next night of the Champions League in Inter, Bayern Munich, and Real Madrid and Arsenal. That will be the on the Wednesdays and Thursdays. And then we will move on to those Europa League, Manchester United and Olympic Lyon, Frankfurt and Tottenham. Both are also having that draw. These are the upcoming watch alongs which we'll be having before up to Friday. And after that, from the Saturdays, the domestic leagues will begin. Then we will move on to that. For tomorrow, it is Real Madrid and Deportivo Alves, as well as the likes of Manchester United. And Manchester United is up against the likes of Newcastle. That is the game we'll be having a watch. And yes, Liverpool has got those contract extensions of Mo Salah. They have got those contract extensions of Virgil van Dijk. Red is the color, my boy. Red is the color. Make that big. Make that big. Liverpool winning the Premier League will definitely be the big aspect. But can Bayern get this? Still 5 matches in hand in the Bundesliga. I don't have expectations for Bayern in the Bundesliga. The Champions League. My mistake. I don't have those expectations from Bayern in the Champions League, but in the Bundesliga, still 6 points in lead with the second spot Leverkusen and 5 games in hand. So if we are going to get those 3 wins, the last 2 matches we can afford to be a bit relaxed. But we have to get those 3 wins because to talk about Bayern in the fixtures, which they are remaining, it is Bayern who has got. Let me put this onto the screen. Look at this, the fixtures which is left for Bayern. It is against Inter in the Champions League, that is the second leg, and in the Bundesliga it is Heidenheim. It is Mainz. Mainz is the team who has got those defeat to Bayern. The first leg. It is Leipzig. It is Borussia Mönchengladbach and Hoffenheim. It is 5 big matches left in the Bundesliga, and then it will be the June 15th where FIFA World Cup fixtures for Bayern, Auckland City, Boca Juniors, Benfica. That is a different aspect. That will be a different season if we are making it good in the Bundesliga so far. But still, one game in the Champions League, and if we are going to make that, then we will get more Champions League matches. But it is only now with Heidenheim, Mainz, Leipzig, Borussia Mönchengladbach, and Hoffenheim. These are the five matches which is left. Can we make that or not? That is the big question which will be in the minds of most of the fans. But we hope to make that big. Hope to make that big. And to talk about the fixtures of Leverkusen, no denying the fact they also have those fixtures. Look at the fixtures of Leverkusen. I mean, look at those fixtures of Leverkusen. This is the fixture of Bayern, and look at those fixtures. Leverkusen are not in the Champions League anymore, but for today's game, they got that draw against Berlin. Next, they have St. Pauli, Augsburg, Freiburg. The second last game is Dortmund, and the last game is Mainz. Dortmund will be a big game where Leverkusen will be having that, and against the likes of Dortmund in the first leg, it was Leverkusen winning that 3-2. But against Mainz, it was Leverkusen who got that on the first leg, a 1-0 win against Mainz. That is the game which we can expect to be happening against St. Pauli, which Leverkusen is also having. It was a 2-1 win in the previous leg. Against the likes of Augsburg, to be talking about Leverkusen in the previous leg, has got that 2-0 win against Augsburg. Against Freiburg in the previous leg, Leverkusen has got that 5-1 huge massive victory against Freiburg. So Leverkusen hasn't have that threat, but the last two games which Leverkusen are having in this season, Dortmund and Mainz, that those two games will be critical. St. Pauli will give a fight, but will they be good enough to get past Leverkusen? Because in the table, just have a look at that. It is Mainz who, if keep on continuing this form, I mean, it is Bayern Munich, Leverkusen, Frankfurt, Leipzig, and Mainz. They can make it into the Champions League. Mainz are just 2 points behind of Leipzig. And Borussia Mönchengladbach is 1 point behind Freiburg. Freiburg is 1 point behind Mainz. Dortmund is 3 points behind Borussia Mönchengladbach. Dortmund has no hopes and expectations of playing the Champions League next season. The finalists of the previous season are out of the race of the Champions League the next season. As well as this season, they are 4-0 down on the first leg against Barcelona. But anything can happen in the Bundesliga. Anything can happen in the Bundesliga. If you are committing any bad mistakes, anything can happen. Anything can happen. Let us see and hope and expect that Bayern to get that big wins and hope we will be making it. I will be ending this stream because I'm too tired for this and I need those big moments, big rest moments to be happening. Will Bayern make it to the next phase of the Champions League? Will Bayern, with 5 games in hand in the Bundesliga, can get the title back from Leverkusen? Still 1.5 months to go, 2 months to go for that 5 matches in hand. Till then, we will be having the next watch-alongs. Sundays, Real Madrid and Deportivo Alves. Then we will be moving on to Champions League fixtures. Till then, bye-bye guys. Keep going, and yes, good night from my end. I will be now watching Barcelona against Leganes, but not on the watch-along. I am too tired watching that ISL game, Indian Super League game, Mohan Bagan Super Giants and Bengaluru. 130 minutes of that game happened up to those extra time, and it was Mohun Bagan winning those double ISL League as well as those ISL Cup. What a big win for the Indian Super League fans. Mohun Bagan Super Giants. Big win. Joy Mohan Bagan. Joy Sabuj Maroon. Mariners have done that. But we expect man to be also making that big. That is all from my end. And yeah, bye bye. Keep going, guys. Keep going.